Hello everybody, my name is Aceface. Today we're going to be continuing our testing of a cheaper, it's not dirt cheap, but a cheaper T4 Dark Sacrilege fit. So this is not like a crazy bling fit. It goes for 500 million, and in fact we've got some loot in here, so we'll go for a little bit less. We can see that the trigger armor server data can go in here. There's a crystalline isogen can go there, so just under 500 million is a ship right here that can have some good potential of going through the T4 dark sides. We have got the Sacrilege, dual webs, improving application, dual Corellum C-type medium armor repairs, slightly cheaper armor repairs, but they are pretty powerful still, better than the Tech 2s. We've got some rigs to improve application. Overall, a pretty powerful ship. Unfortunately, the main downside I think to this ship is that we don't have a lot of buffer. Got 1337 basically EHP in our ship. We will move the webs here because I want to have them ready to be used straight away when we encounter enemies, so that I can just click F1, F2, F3. Okay, we're gonna go to the Abyssal launch site and get to work. I feel like it is better to use something like an Onyx perhaps, or something like a Gila, because it has so much more EHP, but the Sacrilege I still think is very powerful and very good at getting through these T4 dark sides. It feels very strong when I'm doing them. It doesn't at all feel weak, and occasionally I have had issues with newts, but not too bad. I'm only using like some basic implants, no like crazy implants right here. 003s all the way. Okay, we've got Vila Vedmax right here, and then we'll go to the Adaptive cache, activate Reactive Armor Hardener, and just have the armor repair sort of cycle in between each other so we get a more constant stream of armor repair. And we'll go for the Vila Damovic. Can we group these guys up and to move to DPS 1 perhaps? We'll activate both webs, not just one. Thank you very much. And the Ghosts want to be taken down because they will reduce the application to everything else. What are we using? Nova Rage heavy assault missiles. Surprising how well we're applying with Nova Rage. Okay, go for the Vedi, the Vedmac, dual webs. Thank you very much. The great thing about the dark side is that these guys are all going to get in real close and personal because the optimal range is reduced. So it'll have them more likely to be within our web range, which is a very positive thing because webs are really great at increasing the heavy assault missiles application. The issue with them is that they don't have particularly long range. That's what's a great thing about the target painter, for example, because target painters can be used at really long ranges. Same thing goes for missile guidance enhancer or missile guidance computer. They can affect the missile at the entire missile's range, does not care at all about how far the missile goes. So we will have a very good potential of getting the application at a very good rate here. Yep, craftable. Okay, we've got some loot, 5.6 million, not a whole lot, but it can be worse as well. And a great thing is that we're doing T4 darks. We're not doing T4 electrics, we're doing T4 darks that go for only 500,000 a pop. They are very cheap filaments, and it means that the filament is going to have negligible effect on your profit margins. In electrical sites, it's a major factor. 7 million is for a filament. It's going to cut into your profit margins by quite a big degree. Here it's just like, okay, whatever, I don't care if I have to buy filaments. Buy like hundreds of them at a time, it's no problem. But with electrical sites, it's like, oh, okay, I have to buy these filaments now. We can deploy the drones a bit. How many drones can we deploy at max? We can deploy 5 drones. That's a lot of drones. The Sacrilege is able to use, and I was not using my webs. I should be using the webs a bit more. Tangling Vila Dama. Get him. Yeah, they go down super fast. Because that Dynamic before was going really slowly, so then we started using both webs, and it was going a lot quicker. It makes a big difference when you're using the Webifiers to take out these damages. Recall drones, reload missiles. I'll actually go with Caldari Navy by default because they have really good application. Okay, drones are in. Next room. Okay, Charybdis, this wave can be a little bit tricky if you get caught and Charybdis is doing a ton of damage to you. Usually it doesn't go too badly though, especially in the dark sides where you're so fast. Charybdis is not able to apply that well. Okay, move towards the Bioadaptive cache. Let's go for these guys who are going to get up close and personal. We can start using missiles straight away, to be honest. Now, what's our range? 5. Oh, we probably should be using Scorch here, because we're not going to be hitting anything really with that range. I see we took a big dent into our armor because of Charybdis. And also we just want to make sure we don't get webbed. It's going to further improve Charybdis's tracking. Where is the range? 9 kilometers. Okay. Where is Charybdis? Over there. And go for this guy right here. Confuser. Can I use double webs, please? Okay, we can't. We'll use the pulse laser on the Bioactive Cache. Great. Grab the loot, please. Please grab the loot before I get out of range. Nope, I'm out of range. Okay. Grab this wreck, please. I love when I just smoothly cruise by and grab the wreck, unlike I did now. But that was a great drop. 20 million ISK because of the mutaplasmid we got. Mutaplasmids can aid a lot in your ISK. 16 million ISK just like that. No problem. Just there's some quick profit over there. I'll go a little bit to the side, go a little bit of an arc, and go towards Charybdis. Drone's taking a big beating. Probably should recall them. I wonder if it would be an option to actually, with the Sacrilege, use a remote shield booster, because, or remote armor repair even, because our pulse laser is hardly doing anything. We probably want to go a little bit to the side, because drones really, we're taking damage and drones are taking a lot of damage as well. And we'll go for FER to Spearfisher. We want to just make sure we web down Charybdis. It's going pretty quick. Speed Charybdis. Can we use webs? Okay, we're just going to have to start shooting straight away. Webs, webs, webs. Come on, webs. Engage. There we go. There we go. Now you're slowed down. And now I'll use the pulse laser and deploy some drones. Get full DPS going on. Orbit 500. We can even push Charybdis towards the gate. That probably will be a bit quicker. But this ship usually, in my experience, has gone really smoothly. I've never really had much issues. I did at one point have a bit of problem when I'm neuting a full neuting fleet of sleeper cruisers, the Lucid guys, Lucid Sentinels, which are the neuter ones, swarmed me. But I was actually able to counter that by taking out the Scyllas. They were accompanied by Scylla cruisers as well, Scylla Tyrannus cruisers. So what I did was I took out the Scylla cruisers first because they like to come up close and personal, and then I took the Lucid guys up later because they actually like to keep a bit of a bigger range. So their newts weren't able to affect me as much as the Scylla guys. So usually I don't have much issues actually. There's hardly any waves I noticed that they've got problems with. The Marshal room I have heard can give issues. It can give issues. So that's a room which I want to be particularly careful in. But I think they will apply worse to us when we're in the dark side. But I just know that missiles are not affected in the dark side at all as much as guns are because of the optimal range. So I would worry a lot about the Marshal room if I was to worry about a wave with this ship. Okay. The transfer conduit. Also considering we've not got much any resistance penalties or anything like that, we do actually do this pretty fast because the Sacrilege is a pretty beastly ship with 800 DPS. It's got good drones, good missiles, and it's got an extra pulse laser to give some assisting DPS. That assisting DPS from the pulse laser is not actually that significant because half of the time you're not able to shoot it just because of how bad range it has. Okay, move towards the transfer conduit. Faster Sacrilege, faster. Oh yeah, we were using Caldari Navy all the time, I believe. No, we're using Nova Rage. It's good to start off with Caldari Navy in case you encounter annoying waves with that you apply what bad to. The Caldari Navy is great for cruisers and up, I find. Or the Nova Fury is good for cruisers and up. And I usually keep Nova Fury as the default ammunition, or not Nova Fury, but just the Nova missiles, the explosive missiles, because explosive damage is very useful. Useful for angels, useful for Triglavians. Then you I alter the damage type based on what I'm facing. Okay, we'll go to the Bioactive Cache. And rogue drones is what we're going to be wanting to use against. We're going to be wanting to use Caldari Navy. And we will just get to work. We'll do the Fogcasters first because they're going to be causing some problems with that application. Don't want that to happen. Move towards the Bioactive Cache. Get webs on straight away. Okay, use the pulse laser. And when the web kicks in, then they just go down straight away. Plus the not the ghosters, but the Fogcaster is going to be taken out as well. The more of them are taken out, the better application we get. Okay, we'll give it a bit quick pulse right there. And there we go. Open this up. There we go. Now I just continue on the rogue drones. Not much issue applying. Ooh, that was some amazing loot right there. 61 million ISK. And that you have to remember that we're in a ship that's worth 500 million. So this is 1/10 of our ship back from just one site. Over 1/10 in fact. Well, okay, if you can count in the implants, it's about 1/10. Because the implants are worth something. Even though they are quite cheap implants, they're still worth something. Dual webs. Oh wait, did we lose a drone? Yeah, I think we lost a drone. They're getting slapped by rogue drones, even though rogue drones have a really hard time applying here because of how short range they have, but still. Okay, go for this guy. Take him out. Blast needle. Yeah, these rogue drone waves are super easy, even though you would think that maybe in the dark side it's really difficult with heavy assault missiles. How on earth are you going to apply? Dual webs solve all the application issues of heavy assault missiles. And it's easiest, I find, to use dual webs when you are in these dark sides because of how close the enemies tend to come to you. You're not going to have the same ease to use the webs in exotics, for example, because they're all going to keep a slightly longer range because of how their optimal range is not nerfed like it is here. See, minus 50% turret optimal and fall off range penalty. Okay, blast that blast needle. Recall drones and reload. Nova Rage, in case we get some gankers on the way out, which we can use against them. Okay, go to the origin conduit. If we get ganked, there's no chance. We have no way to defend ourselves because we got so low EHP. This 16k, 15k EHP, in fact, just like 3 catalysts probably is enough. We just go down straight. 3 catalysts probably is enough, actually. Just 3 catalysts, boom, our ship is dead. So this is really not a gank-proof ship at all by any means. You need to have a lot better resist, a bigger buffer. Something like a Gila, for example, is a lot more equipped to handle ganks because you can fit it buffer style and you're able to then withstand ganks with greater likelihood. Also, fitting an assault damage control can help, where you have the assault damage control giving you like semi-invulnerability for a limited amount of time, and then you could potentially survive all sorts of gank fleets. But as it stands, this fit right here is not going to have any chance against gankers. But it handles the T4s really well, the T4 darks really well. The PvE side of things is no problem. So if you're in a system which you're pretty sure is not going to get infested with gankers, then you should have a pretty easy time. The main thing I worry about is the Marshall wave, so that's something I'm going to be looking for in the future. So T4 Dark Sacrilege, that is pretty cheap. It goes really smoothly, not too crazy price, and you earn a pretty significant amount of ISK. As you can see here, we've got 61 million. That is a bit on the lucky side. Often it'll be a lot lower, but I was really glad with what kind of income we're getting with what we're using, and that is something I often like to achieve, because sooner or later you usually lose your ship if you make some mistakes. So it's good to have not got like a too crazy expensive ship, and if you lose it, it's just going to be like set you back so far. That's not really going to be the case here. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys learned something new. T4 Dark Sacrilege. If you did enjoy the video, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.